Very excited to be here. My name is Dimitri Drapkin. On stage with me is Paris Velikelis. Would you be surprised if I said to you that in South Africa, there are over 3 million credit applications every single month? By law, each one of those applications must be accompanied by a set of 3 months bank statements. As consumers, we know that there's no quick and secure way to submit this information. On the other hand, banks incur large overheads to support this largely redundant service. So we looked around the world. How is this problem being solved? And the solution? Open banking. Open banking is a set of standards that gives consumers control of their financial identity. TruID has created an open banking platform ready for South Africa, and we want to enable you in the open banking future. But let's go ahead and show you how simple, secure, and convenient TruID is to use in the real world. Let's navigate to the desktop display. So let's imagine I'd like to buy a vehicle. And as most people, I'm pretty busy, so I'd pop into the dealership on a Saturday. I'd like to finance the vehicle, but being a Saturday, my bank is probably closed. So if I were to visit my bank, I'd probably only get back to the dealer the following week. However, if the dealer is authorized to use TruID's system, all the dealer needs to do is send me a secure link. So Paris is logged into our system. He fills in some key information, selects how I would like to collect the secure link via SMS or email, enters my details, pre-selects my bank, let's do Capitec, and selects the products which we'd like to collect information for. Keep in mind that I'm sitting across the table from Paris. Once he initiates the process, we'll move over to the mobile device. I get an SMS, "Dear Dimitri, we would like you to submit your Capitec bank statements electronically." All that needs to happen is Paris clicks the link. TruID's white-labeled user interface opens up. This user interface has been designed with all open banking principles, and it really is guiding the user through a very simple 3-step process: consent, authenticate, and authorize. So to get the process started, step 1 is consent. In this phase, we are very explicit in what information we are collecting from the user. In this case, 90 days PDF bank statements and 90 days worth of transaction data. We never collect more or less, and the collection is done in line with POPIA regulation. The second phase is authenticate. Now, essentially, this is where I need to identify myself with the bank. TruID employs strong consumer authentication, once again, as recommended by open banking. In this case, it is my Capitec account number and my PIN. Once that's done, hit next. Very important to mention, TruID keeps all the existing bank's measures, security measures in place. So as you can see, there's a pop-up from the Capitec app. This is a second layer of authentication. Enter the PIN and hit OK. From the second step, we then navigate to the third step, which is authorization. Here, I'm presented with the 2 accounts that are linked to my profile. I need to select the account which I'd like to submit the information for. This process doesn't cost the consumer anything, and well, really, it doesn't take much more than a minute. Now, compare this to going to your bank branch, waiting in a queue, and paying for these documents to be printed. Right now, our system is connecting to Capitec Bank, collecting the 90 days worth of bank statements and 90 days worth of transaction history. Almost done. There we go. So as a user, my journey is complete. All Paris, as the dealer, needs to do is navigate to TruID's back office, navigate to my application. And over here, we can see the entire process from start to finish and the 2 sets of documents that we have collected. If we just scroll down, we can see these are my Capitec bank statements, stamped and delivered directly from the bank. But in open banking, collecting bank statements is really just scratching the surface. What really excites us is TruID collects transaction data. So what we're showing you now is pretty raw transaction data. This is machine-readable data, and we can gain deep insight into consumers' incomes and expenses and automate a whole host of manual processes. But we only have 7 minutes, so we'll save that for next year. So that's the process. Around the world, where open banking has begun to create quite a large movement, international banks have been rather resistant. And unfortunately, in all of these cases, the regulators have just stepped in and enforced it. South Africa is in a very unique position. the open banking conversation has just begun. Innovators, regulators, and South African banks have an opportunity to work together to mold open banking so that everybody can benefit. TruID has created a South Africa-ready open banking platform, and we want to enable you in the open banking future. So thank you very much, and we look forward to speaking at our stand.